Hello guys, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new here, my name is Hafsa. If you've been here or you stay here, thank you so much for the support. And yeah, so today I'll be talking about how I came to Germany, and through the process of talking about it, I'll just be talking about the program itself and what somebody needs or what is required if you're interested in coming to Germany using the same program that I did. So I came to Germany through a program called Aupair. Aupair is actually not a job. It is a program for underprivileged people or less privileged people, not underprivileged, less privileged people that want to leave their country to go other countries. So I'll just try and base on myself. So I come from Kenya and I crossed over to Germany for the Aupair program. So Aupair program is a program for 18 to 27 years old. Below or above, you're just not allowed to do the Aupair program. And for Aupair, they require the bare minimum of you. The basic requirement for every person who just wants to come to Germany for any other reasons, it's always the German language. Apart from vacation or something like that, then they won't require the German language certificate from you. But for other things like learning or au pair, FSU, or PFD, the basic requirement is a German certificate. And this German certificate has different levels. For au pair, it is the minimum level. That is the A1, A2. If you are learning for the German course at any school, most of the time they always combine the A1 and A2 because it is probably the same thing. So there is no point going for like 12 months or learning for 12 months, just the same thing. So they combine the two, and then you do your exams at the Goethe Institute in Nairobi or Mombasa. The German embassy only allows German certificate from the Goethe Institute. No other certificate is allowed. So I'll be looking down here because I have written down some things just so I don't forget the important points. Okay. So I came for the au pair program in 2017 November. I was 21 at that time, so I was falling in the age bracket of being an au pair. And being an au pair, like I said, it's not a job, it is a program. So there is no salary for being an au pair. It is called pocket money. The pocket money monthly is 260 euros. You are given 260 euros, and this money you receive it from your host family. Your host family are the people who have taken you from your country to their country to live with them, and they are responsible for you, so to say. So yeah, I was receiving my pocket money from my host family, and they're also responsible for the accommodation, your food, and your basic needs, so to say, and all the things that they are responsible for, they are written in your contract, and this contract will be needed at the German embassy. You will need a signed contract from your host family at the embassy. They will need to go through it and read if everything adheres to the rules of being an au pair as a host family. So as a host family, I wanted to say you work, but then you don't work. You help your family, your host family, in taking care of your host kids, and this is 6 hours per day, and you're entitled to, I think, 24 hours free day and a number of free evenings. All this you can talk about with your host family when you like to have your off day or when you have to like your free evenings. And during the duration of you being an au pair, you'll be required to visit a German course. And this German course, your host family is also supposed to pay for it. your host family will be required to pay for the German course. So if you did A1, A2, when you are in Germany, you will go to the next level, the B1. And mostly when you go to the German school, they will test you to see if the A1, A2 stack, or if you can at least speak and be understood and understand, then you can go ahead with B1. But if you can't, for example, like me, I was still scared to speak because I was just like a week or two old, and then I went to the German school for this test, and I didn't speak much. I, I barely said a word, honestly. So they said it will be better for me to repeat the A1, A2 course. And honestly, it was better because there they only speak German. At home, we learned German, but then where I was, we never spoke German. We just wrote and listened to what the teacher had to say. And that was it. So it was honestly better for me to repeat the A1, A2 program. And yeah, so on your host kids too, taking care of them 6 hours a day. This one you will also have to talk about it with your host family. If you will be taking care of the kids from the moment they wake up and taking them to school, or some other member of the family will be waking them up, but then you'll have to take them to bed. If you have an open host family that you can just talk about and discuss things and arrange things without fear, without being scared, then that is just perfect. I think that is just the lot of every au pair, just to have a nice family that you can understand each other and talk and arrange and organize things. So another thing, actually, this should come before any other thing. After your German course or the German exam, if you've passed, for A1, A2, you have to pass with 60% before you get the certificate. Otherwise, you have failed. 59% is a fail. 60% and above is the only thing that is accepted, and then you'll get a German certificate. Then you'll be required. You as a person will decide if you want to start looking for a host family or still wait, whatever. But know that the German certificate is accepted for a certain period of time. If it is older, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. 6 months or a year or two. I really don't know about that. It won't be accepted at the embassy. That means you'll have to redo the course or redo the exams to get a new certificate. So the moment you get your certificate, start searching for a host family so that you can find a host family and come to Germany within this period that your certificate is still eligible. Eligible? I don't know. Eligible? Oh my god, what's the word? Eligible. Yeah, so when looking for your host family, there are a lot of apps, Aupair apps, and not all of them, sadly, are not legit. There are a lot of scams on these websites, just like any other websites. Aupair is not any special. There are scams there too. So I used the Aupair World app, and it was honestly legit. Like, most of the families I met there were legit, straight to the point, and they knew the purpose or what they were looking for there, and you also know the whatever it is you're looking for there. So it was just a perfect match. Aupair World is perfect, and you get family very quick. I say I found my family there in a span of 2 weeks. Other apps really took me so long, but in the Aupair World app, it took me exactly 2 weeks before I started talking to my host family. Now, when you register yourself in this app, upload your pictures, create a beautiful profile, just like writing a CV. Don't wait for the au pair families, the families that are looking for an au pair to get to you, Write 100 or more applications per day. At least from these 100 applications, you will get five feedbacks answers, or someone that wants to start speaking to you or interviewing you, don't just sit and wait for them to contact you. Go to them, contact them, and write and write and write and write endlessly. You'll find something real quick, okay? And don't forget to pray. So once you find a family on the Aupair world, um, text to them as much as you can, or both of you can, before you actually move to another site like WhatsApp or something like that to talk further, like make sure you have Skype interviews, talk, see each other, both of you are from different parts of the world, and I think everyone expects that when they are going out their country, leaving their family back, friends and everything, you expect to be going to a safer place, okay? Just feeling safe, or knowing at least where you are going and trusting the people that you're going to. So do a lot of video chats and Skype interviews, at least just to build your trust in each other, okay? So yeah, after the interview and everything, if you've decided that okay, that is now my host family, and after the host family has decided yes, that will be our au pair, there is then the exchange of letters, like the invitation letter, the contract and everything. They can send you a copy, but at the embassy they will require to see the originals, okay? The original contract, the original invitation letter, and things like that. Your family can send you copies through email, but then the originals, they can send it through post. I didn't have a post office number or anything like that. I never used post until this Aupair thing. So I just requested for a PO box from somebody else. And if you don't have anyone that has a PO box, I think you can just give them the address of your town, and it will be delivered to this post office in your city, okay? And they will call you, okay? Then why am I so confused? Give your host family the address of the city and make sure they include your number on the envelope, so that when your letter is at the post office, they can call you and you can come and pick your post or letter, okay? Oof. When you and your host family have decided, then you should book an appointment immediately at the embassy, because you don't ask for an appointment and you get the next day. It can take weeks or even months. So the moment both of you have decided and both of you are sure, book an appointment online. As you wait for the contracts and everything to come, by the time they're there, you'll almost be having your appointment. So book your appointment earlier enough, and on the day of your appointment, please be at the embassy on time. Please be punctual. You would rather be 5 or 10 minutes earlier than 1 minute late. They are so strict when it comes to punctuality. I arrived there almost like I was almost late, just like minutes or something. I was almost late, honestly. And the security guy told me he almost missed that. And I was like, oh my God, thank God. I was almost late. So please be punctual and please be decent, simple as you can. Don't go there with everything going around, from your dressing to everything. Be simple, be decent, be presentable. Yeah, so at the embassy, they will require all these certificates and all these papers. Please look at the online portal of the German embassy in Nairobi, what they need from you. For me, they needed the secondary school certificate, my German certificate, my ID, my invitation letter from my host family signed from both sides, my Aupair contract and my host family's identity informations, at least copies of their ID or something like that. Yeah, I think copies of their ID or copies of their passports, and the registration of their home. No, no, I don't think so. Yeah, so look at the embassy's online portal, what they will require from you, and there is no point going there if you don't have everything that they need from you. You will be returned. So please make sure you have every single thing that they require from you, including the cash. They take the money in Kenyan shillings. I think you can also pay in euros. I had, I think I had 7,000 shillings, but when I paid, the lady told me it's not enough. So I am guessing they change it into the euro currency. So the lady told me it is not enough, and she allowed me. She asked me if I can get the rest of the cash, and I said I just have to make a call, and they allowed me to go out to an M-Pesa and get more money and come back for my interview. So they're also understanding, or maybe at least the person that I met was understanding. So yeah, that is due to the embassy. Actually, not. During your interview, they ask if you want to be interviewed in German or English. I said I want to be interviewed in English. Okay, that was not a good picture. You're coming to German, at least say you want to try to be interviewed in German. Okay, so I said I want to be interviewed in English, and the lady told me, you don't want to try any German? And I was like, oh my god, I've already failed. I've already failed this test, okay? And I said, I can't try in German. I think she just noticed how nervous I was. And I said, I can't try in German. And she said, don't worry, we'll do it in English. And I was like, oh no, I'm dead. I'm so done, okay? But then it wasn't that bad. She interviewed me in English, and it is basically just the questions of how good you know this host family, where you met, on which app. And at the embassy, honestly, they know all these apps. So they will ask you on the app just like a basic question, but then they already know these apps, okay? So I'm guessing they know the apps that are full of scams, and they know the legit apps. My visa came after 3 months, and there are only two answers, yes or no. If it is a yes, you get your passport back with a visa on it, and if not, you get a denied stamp on your passport, and I don't think that's a very great thing. You get a denied stamp and with a letter explaining why, and you can appeal, okay? Like you can appeal and fight for it again and ask for a new interview and things like that, etc. So you'll be given a visa of 3 months with a visa, but then the visa starts counting the moment you set foot in Germany. And the moment you get there, at least in that week, visit a place called Rathaus. Your host family might go with you. At the Rathaus, at the Rathaus, you will have, it's just a place where you will just register yourself, and then your duration will be extended to this 1 year from the moment you set foot. It counts as day one, okay? So from then, the 1 year will be counted. And for Aupair, you can't do it for over a year. It is a maximum of 1 year and done. And please, when you're coming to Germany, don't expect them to be like superhuman or something, or like God or angels of angels. No. These are just human beings like you, okay? They're purely human beings like you, maybe just a different color, but they are just human beings like you. They make mistakes, and there can be good and bad people. Not every au pair has the luck of getting a nice host family, and not every host family have the luck of getting the good au pair. M- more, more, some au pairs run away. Like they just time when the host family is not around and they are gone. Please don't do that. If something don't suit you or anything, or if you think, okay, I have to leave, I don't think it is working for me or for you guys, just sit at the table and talk and say, I want to leave, and leave with some decency. Don't run away. But luckily for me, I didn't get to that point with my host family where I was saying, I have to go. Okay, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this. I'm going. Thank God it never reached to that point. I've had a lot of stories. Okay, I had a lot of stories for Opia who are just not happy in the families that they were. And you can imagine leaving your home, you're homesick, you have left your family and everything, and coming to a place where you feel bullied or harassed or things like that. It's not that nice. So if you're coming, just come with an open mind and know what brought you here. If it is for green pasture, then please focus on that. Don't allow too many distractions. Work, stay focused, stay disciplined. Everything will be okay, or everything will be fine. Someone's at my door. What the hell? Someone just stood at my door and then walked away.
Hi.
I said somebody was at my door, and that was someone who was at my door. So one thing I forgot to say at the beginning is your host families should be of German nationality, both of them at least, or one of them has to be of a German nationality and the other one has to be of a different nationality or culture from yours, just so there is a cultural exchange. You can't exchange culture with somebody that is coming from your own culture. It just doesn't make sense. I make sense, I lady. It just doesn't make sense. So they should either both be from Germany or of German nationality, or at least one person in the family a German and the other one coming from a totally different country from your country. So I guess that is just much it. There is not that much about Aupair, but it is a really, really interesting experience. Very, very, very interesting. And you can meet other au pairs. You don't expect to just walk down the road and then your neighbor also has a au pair, and then you just meet and start talking. Most of the people are always in their homes. So, for example, for Aupair World, oh my god, I'm giving Aupair World a lot of promotion. For example, for Aupair World, they have an Instagram and Facebook page. You can just write on their post which area you're coming to and you're looking for au pairs around that area, and you will surely find some. I found some people around there, and some other au pair I found them on during my German course here, and it is honestly such a fun experience. Honestly, it is a fun experience. It can be very stressful because you're adjusting, especially with the kids. It is easier for grown-ups to adjust, but then when the kids have to adjust to somebody of different color, somebody that is speaking a different language, someone they haven't been seeing around, and then this person have to live in their place all of a sudden and eat with them at the same table, take them to school, wake them up. Kids need adjustment, so give these kids that time for adjustment. Okay, I don't think somebody told me that. I wish I was told that the kids will need some time for adjustment. Some kids adjust really fast. For example, for my host family, the two kids, one of them was really fast. Like I didn't even need time to introduce myself or something. She just came and she was just already talking to me and everything, and she was just already so close. And then the other one was a boy. She was just seated in his own corner, like we were it was like we were not compatible in any ways. He would just look at me from a distance, not talk or anything like that. But then with time, everything worked, and those are the best kids ever. Like they're just, I don't know, I just love them. Anyway, yeah. So I think I've exhausted almost everything about the Aupair program. I hope I haven't left anything important out. I would really suggest the Aupair program if you want to do other things too in Germany, like learn or anything. Um, the Aupair program will really give you time to adjust into the German culture or German country, Germany as a country, and the people and everything. Aupair will give you all this time because with a family you learn a lot than when you just come with work and need all that time to make friends and from these friends to learn. It is complicated. So I will really suggest Aupair. It is a very nice experience, at least from my side. It was the best experience. So in my next video, I'll be talking about other ways of coming to Germany. For example, FSJ, BFD, or Studium. Studium is just to study, and sponsorship, and many more that I will do research on and ask other people. So yeah, until next time, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so grateful and I appreciate your support. Until next time.